Welcome to the very first episode of Nichols at Night. I'm your host, Madison Nichols. First of all, for those of you who know me, thank you. You must think I'm pretty funny. For those of you who don't, it's too late to apologize. Last week, it was a bit chilly outside, and Butler canceled classes. The Department of Public Safety sent out an email saying to avoid the outdoors as much as possible. And I quote, "Essential employees such as dining service workers, BUPD, and facilities should report to work." It sounds to me like Chalmers was off work. It's the only time of year you're guaranteed not to get a parking ticket, and you have no reason to go out and park illegally. But despite the cold and all the warnings, I decided all-you-can-eat sushi was more important. It was really good, totally worth it, but kind of difficult to hold the chopsticks with gloves on. On our way back to campus, we drove past Hinkle before the basketball game and saw these cones. Can we show the cones? Thank you. Now, tell me why we need cones there when there's already a double yellow line. Is it because they're still worried about selling beer inside Hinkle? BUPD's like, "We know you've had a few beers, just want to make sure you stay in your lane." Wow, thank you, officer. Speaking of the cones, have you ever seen BUPD's pickup truck? The one that never has any cones in the back. They always use maintenance as trucks. What's the point of a pickup truck if you don't use it? Oh, going out in the truck again, not putting anything in the back. Oh, right. Gotta keep it looking brand new. Thank you, everyone. We've got a great show planned for you tonight with CCOM's one and only Scott Bridge, the editor-in-chief of the Collegian, Dana Lee, and singer-songwriter Emily Maroney. We'll be right back after this big infomercial. Are you tired of dust ruining your life? Do you feel stuffed up from the dirty air? I'm Nichols, and I have the perfect solution for you. Say goodbye to dust and hello to Dust Away. Dust Away only requires 4 easy steps. 1, grab the holder. 2, grab the dusting sheet. 3, put the dusting sheet on the holder. Dust away. With 100% satisfaction guaranteed, you can call right now and get Dust Away for only $19.99.
Wow, this is awesome!
Just call 313-878-2929. It's time to get rid of your old dusting products and turn to the one that really gets the dust out of your house. Break your old cleaning habits and start dusting away. Hope you will all enjoy your new Dust Away for only $19.99. Our first guest is the College of Communications Internship Director and Professor at Butler, Scott Bridge. He's been sending emails to students at 4 in the morning for 22 years. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, Madison.
So, as a journalism professor, we know you take Twitter very seriously. So, we decided to do a little comparison.
Oh, no.
Our director, Matthew, picked out various tweets that you and I put out there. And so we're going to read through those and guess, oh boy, guess who tweeted those?
All right.
So, let's be honest.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous.
Me too.
And I don't know. It might be easy, it might be hard.
All right, give it a shot.
Okay. Maybe I'll pull the all-nighter. Okay, and then we'll read 2 and then we'll compare.
Okay.
Okay? Seriously, I'm sending out internship emails and someone actually emails me back to see if I'm up at 3:30 a.m.
That's mine. Yes.
And it has the gif, you don't know who you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's me.
But, okay, but see, maybe I'll pull the all-nighter. I definitely could see you doing that too, though.
Yeah, maybe, but I like the other one better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, somebody challenged me. Really? Are you actually sending out? Yes, I'm sending out those internship emails at 3:30 in the morning.
Do you remember the time I emailed you at like 4 in the morning?
I remember several times you emailed me at 4 in the morning. Which time are we referring to?
Honestly, yeah, there was quite a few. I had that 6 to 8 a.m. babysitting job.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was pretty awful. And you sent the emails, and I was like, oh, I have to respond, you know?
And actually, I always appreciate it when somebody emails me back.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm usually the only one. And then I wonder who else is awake at that time. So it's really kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll probably never
appreciate
be up at that time again for babysitting. But, I mean, I guess the real question is, like, do you actually sleep?
Yes.
So, like, when?
Well, I don't know. That's my secret.
What?
How about that? Yes.
Your secret?
Uh-huh.
Like, what, 1 hour a day?
Sometimes.
Really? And you're, like, just killing the game.
No,
I mean,
not
I
at
just
all.
don't know how you just function. Like, if I have 8 hours, I'm
A
like
lot of
low
caffeine.
cranky.
Yeah, a lot of caffeine, a lot of Mountain Dew. Oh, product placement. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's for educational
Okay,
purposes.
Yeah, right.
Okay, all right, we'll try another one.
All right.
Honestly, you would think by the time you're a senior in college, you'd come to the conclusion that you never want to try and procrastinate any final projects or papers again. In fact, it gets worse. Well,
No, I know that wasn't me.
I mean, unless there's like senior citizen in college.
Because when I was a senior in college, I procrastinated and did a lot of stuff at the last minute. So I know that wasn't me.
Well, yeah.
So what's the next one?
The next one is, please watch Karma is Real. I think this is you.
Yeah, I was probably referring to somebody.
Do you remember this? Is it a GIF?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Yep.
Look at all
Something
those
was
laughing
going on
face
with
emojis.
with Laura Ingraham. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that was yours. Well, this
That's
is
mine.
kind of easy.
All right.
All right. I am so jumpy. Anytime I am walking to class, if someone comes around the corner, I literally jump. These people probably think I'm so weird.
Is that you?
Yeah.
I knew that wasn't me. I'm not jumpy.
You're like always at the front of the,
Right.
the Fairbanks, just
Yeah.
like never jumpy. And I'm like,
No.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm always nervous, I guess. All right, it's enchanting as the people inside.
Oh, that was just last weekend.
That's so deep.
No. Somebody had tweeted, it was Dr. Gertz-Maslai had tweeted a photo of Fairbanks. And it was very snowy outside, looks like something out of a Currier and Ives Christmas card. And she said something about Fairbanks building looking very enchanting. And so I decided to be kind of schmaltzy and say, just as enchanting as the people inside. I know. Makes you kind of
That's so
sick, doesn't it?
nice. Wow, I brought tissues.
Yeah, that's all
Anybody?
right. I'm good.
Have you ever cried?
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah. Never at work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've cried at school before.
Sometimes, you know, if a student does something that I'm really proud of, or that I think maybe has come a long way, and yeah,
That's nice.
yeah, I get emotional sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's
with
always
students.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. The worst part about recovering from this appendix surgery is that it hurts to laugh. I laugh all the time. And that emoji, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well,
One
it
that's
doesn't look
like-
quite like that, but that's got to be you. I've never had appendix surgery.
Okay, this is too easy. Okay, you want to read some?
All right.
All right.
Let's see. The day I discovered the flag button for email was the day my life changed forever. # dramatic, # organized. That was not me.
That was me.
That was you.
I love the flag button a lot.
Last home game of the season for the # Butler, # Bulldogs. Today, Selig Bowl, 12 p.m. Be there. # Beat Stetson, # JR13.
That's
that
me.
was a Twitter project, wasn't it?
I would never tweet something like
Yes.
this unless it was assigned.
Let's see. Always enjoyed those sports talks. I think you still hold the unofficial record for reading the teleprompter the longest without blinking. Please stop by next time you're on campus. That was definitely me. Kyle Beery, who graduated a couple years ago, he has the unofficial record, 46 seconds reading the teleprompter without blinking. It's unofficial, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough. Also, how many characters is this? This is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You like to tweet a lot.
Yes, I do. I do.
I like the little short snippets. Just wait. I hope Matthew didn't pick any like my feelings or anything.
Let's see. Sicker than a dog. If I have the stomach flu, I swear. I know that wasn't me.
That's when I emailed you at like 3 in the morning. I was like, oh, by the way, I might not be coming to class tomorrow.
Yeah. And did I email you back?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You're like, I'm letting my dogs out. I was like, that's nice.
Yes. Was that a collective groan I heard from my 1 o'clock Thursday class? Yes, we will have the weekly current events quiz. Hashtag tradition, hashtag some things never change. Yeah, they announced that when they announced school was closed on Wednesday last week, and then people were waiting to see if were they going to close school all the way on Thursday, and they closed it until noon. My class on Thursdays at 1 o'clock. They were hoping that I would just extend it to 1 o'clock. No, we still had the current events quiz.
Those
You took
are kind
them.
of hard.
Oh, no. Well.
You know I didn't do very well on them.
And
because
even
I
though you had the
forgot.
answers, I gave you guys the answers. Remember that?
What did I say that one time? It was like Mark Braun instead of Mike Braun. Wasn't that right, Mike Braun? See, I honestly, it's really bad.
I honestly don't think I am going to make it through these next 2 weeks. Ha, 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 ha. That's definitely you.
It's becoming predictable now.
Would love to know what percentage of the country is Kansas City Chiefs fans right now.
You.
Well, the Chiefs were playing the Patriots, and I just knew that 95% of the country at least were Kansas City Chiefs fans.
That's good.
Yes, we're an enthusiastic group in Butler CCOM. I forget, they were saying something about we were going to be making a lot of noise or something, and yeah,
I could have said that.
we're fun. No, I know I said that.
Enthusiastic group here in
Looking forward to
CCOM.
waking up in 3 hours. Is that you? That's you.
That's probably me.
Yep, that's got to be you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at
Whoops.
3:13 in the morning.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
you were
see,
probably
I
up
would have
too.
already been up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, but without all the glamorous perks, I know that was me. Somebody was talking about something in journalism, and I was being facetious because.
The tongue out emoji.
Yes, the tongue out emoji.
To the side.
And then I can always tell when Abby Laventius is on Twitter because my phone starts making noises over and over again. Yeah, because she's so popular and people are always retweeting and liking her tweets.
Yes.
So yeah,
Well,
thank
this
you. You
was
guys
fun.
put a lot of work into that.
Yes. All
I'm
right.
impressed.
Well, thank you, Professor Bridge. It was
Thank you
great
very much, Madison.
chatting with you and doing this.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Our next guest is Dana Lee, the editor-in-chief of the Butler Collegian. She's a senior journalism major with a Spanish minor. Dana has been very involved in the College of Communication and in the media world with a number of internships and experiences. And so, because she's in charge of the Collegian, we asked our crew to go out and see who at Butler knows what the actual Collegian is. And well, this is what we found out.
Do you know what the Butler Collegian is?
Yes, I do. It's like a newspaper kind of type deal.
Yes,
we do.
Isn't it the newspaper here?
Yeah, a newspaper.
I have heard of the Butler Collegian, yeah. It's the university newspaper, right?
Do you read any articles from there, either in paper copies or online?
No.
No.
I have read a few, but can't say on a regular basis.
I read them online for the most part. I actually have a buddy that works with the Collegian.
Do you know what the Butler Collegian is?
Is it like a newspaper or something kind of like that?
Not really. No.
Do you have any wild guesses as to what it might be?
So like when people graduate and they come back, I'm not for sure.
So next up, we are with Dana Lee, and we have this beautiful picture of her and her siblings.
Oh gosh, that was taken about 4 years ago.
It's so cute. They're both here now, right?
Yes, Michael's
Okay.
significantly taller, but yes, you'll see them both on
Yes.
campus.
And I think I see Michael in CCOM a lot, like Fairbanks.
Then
and
you
everything.
probably see him more than I see him, because the last time I saw him, I had to yank him into the Collegian office and be like, I haven't seen you in a week. What's going on?
Is it fun having them both here?
It's different. We have a lot of the same friends. A lot of people be like, hey, I saw your sister the other day. But I think, yeah, it's been great.
That's good. That is good. And so after that package, is it surprising to you that, you know, what those answers and like, have you ever heard someone tell the Collegian something is for alumni?
No, I was not aware that we are an alumni group, but no, that was really nerve-wracking to watch.
Yeah, no, it was like, I didn't know what to expect either, because, I mean, I think when I was a freshman, I probably knew, but then at the same time, I'm like, probably not.
Well,
but
it's a Tuesday night. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's almost 7 o'clock. So once 7 o'clock hits, there'll be an entire staff up there. We have endless supplies of fruit snacks all the time. And that light in Fairbanks will be on until like 3 a.m. typically on most Tuesday nights.
Wow.
Mornings, I guess.
So like you're up at the same time as Scott.
Yes, we get all those emails collectively as a group. Everyone's phones and emails start going off.
I know there's a lot of them. And so are you there the whole time? Usually
Yes.
like monitoring everything.
Oh, I don't know about monitoring. It's a lot of like putting out fires, and mostly they just let me think I'm in charge.
Well, that's always nice.
Yes.
That's good. And so I know that you started as a reporter and then kind of went into a sports editor position. Now you're editor-in-chief. Tell me a little bit about that transition.
Let's see. Gosh, being an editor-in-chief is never something that I thought I would be able to do. Never thought about it freshman year. Freshman year I had no experience. And then it just kind of became, going to sports was kind of, and being a sports, going from sports reporter to sports editor was just kind of a natural step up. And being part of conversations where you get to dictate, you know, what the paper will look like the next morning. It's conversations that we get to help dictate what type of conversation kids are having on campus the next day based off of what they see in the Collegian.
Right, right. And so what would you say is the most difficult part of your job?
Putting out fires, being able to think on your feet, but it's also a lot of weighing, a lot of ethics, a lot of things that I actually learned in my ethics and law class with Dr. Whitmore. It's a lot of weighing, trying to figure out as much information as you possibly can and understanding, okay, this is what I know, and trying to make the best decision based off of, you listen to a lot of people. A lot of people are in the office and they have a lot of good input. So you have a group of people that you trust. You spend a lot of time listening to what they have to say, gathering as much information as you can, and then making, hopefully, the best decision based off of what you know.
Right, right. That's awesome. And I guess, you know, you've been there a long time. You've had a lot of experiences with that group. Can you tell me any funny stories or experiences?
Well, we have a quote board at the back of our office, which is pretty revealing about the type of controlled chaos that typically happens on a Tuesday night. But I would say, I think my sophomore year during the elections, we had, we all stayed up till 2 a.m. There was pizza, there was cookies, and we got the front page. We got the results on the front page the next morning. But at one point, there was an entire meme wall all put out in the office of the Collegian, and they were just memes of every presidential candidate.
That is so funny.
It stayed up for over a year.
Oh my gosh, that is
It was there for a
long
while,
time.
yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that has caused a lot of laughter and a little bit of inspiration, I'm sure.
A little
too.
bit, yeah.
Yeah. And so I know that you had an internship at ESPN, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And that was in Connecticut?
Yes, I was in Bristol, Connecticut for the summer.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about that? And did that kind of push you more towards that field or kind of make you realize like, oh, I don't really actually like want to do this?
Let's see, the people I met there were probably some of the sharpest people I've ever met. And it's not just, I think I had a preconception that everything was going to be about sports, because it's ESPN, and it is. It really is. These people live and breathe sports. But there are also people who majored in art in college and political science, and the depth in which these people can talk about different topics all across the board outside of sports is incredible. Probably my favorite part of the summer was I became part of a great story discussion and drinking club. They met every other Thursday, and we talked about great stories, and it was a time where we got to talk. The only rule is we weren't allowed to talk sports, and we weren't allowed to talk anything regarding like work. So it was always different articles from The Atlantic and just talking about what makes this sentence better than this one. It was a lot of nerding out with a lot of people, yeah.
That's so fun. And were you there all summer?
Yes.
Okay, nice. And you have any funny stories from that too, with that club?
Oh gosh, I don't know about that, but I know over the summer my parents were going insane. I was in Bristol, Connecticut. Jessica was in Belgium at the time. She just finished studying abroad in Germany and was in Belgium over the summer. And Michael was in Cambodia for 2 weeks. And so there was a 1 to 2 week period in which all three kids were completely different time zones. So yeah, we kept our parents on our toes.
Wow, that is so crazy. Did your siblings, did you know that they were going to come to Butler? Were you excited, or were you kind of like, I don't really actually, like, I'm a little, nervous about it. I don't know.
I wanted them to come to Butler,
Okay.
both of them, and I tried to be impartial and let them make their own decisions. And later, Jessica told me, she's like, "Oh, you were so bad at that. Like I knew you wanted me to come to Butler." And I was like, "Well, yeah, you have half of my clothes. We get to share closets. This is perfect. This is actually hers."
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, I wanted them both to come to Butler because I know I've had such a good experience here. And whenever I was coming home, I was talking about, hey, you know, my professor told me this today, and I learned this today, and I have a great group of friends, and we're doing this. And I had such a good experience that I wanted them to have the same experience and same opportunities too.
That's really awesome. That's good. I'm sure like people some can relate to that, and some can say, "Oh, I didn't want my siblings to come to school with me," aka me.
It's a transition period. I
Yeah.
think for me, it's been learning when they need an older sister and knowing when they need a good friend. And I think most of the time they need just a friend and they just need to rant to someone. And so I try to hold in like the sisterly advice, which is a lot harder.
Yeah, I'm sure. And you're the oldest.
Yes.
Okay.
Just could point out only by 18 months, but
Okay.
yes.
That's not too bad. That's nice because then you're like closer in age and you have that closer connection and stuff
Yep.
like that. So I was told that I should ask you about New York City.
Oh gosh, this is a long conversation. It's been an ongoing conversation ever since, let's see, early last semester. I'm not the biggest fan of New York City, and I would say most of the collegiate knows, and now I guess a lot more people know that I don't like New York City. I'm from Chicago. I have no problem being in a city, navigating a city. It's just New York. It's a lot. It
Yeah.
is a lot to take in. I don't know what your thoughts are on New York.
It's big. I like it. I would be more suited, I think, like in Chicago. But I'm actually planning to move out to LA, which is like
I saw that.
big too. So I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I don't know. But it's so much warmer, I think, New York, because it's so cold. And I don't know. I definitely think I would enjoy it, but maybe not as much.
I think the weather
west.
helps LA win over New York.
Yes, I would agree. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, I get tired of the warmth and want a little bit of cold. But now, like after this winter,
After
I'm
the
like,
polar
no.
vortex, how are you feeling about that now?
Probably not. So you're just not a fan of it. You just hate it
It's
completely.
just there's so many people. So many people, it's just too much to take in, and it's just like really overwhelming. So I don't know. So I'm not gonna, if I get a job there, I'll go. Like I'm not gonna say no to a job, but I think being in Chicago would be nice, being in Indy. I do like the East Coast. Boston's pretty great too.
Oh yeah, I've been to Boston and I like really loved it, like more than New York. I don't know, it felt like a big city, but not in terms of amount of people, I guess. Yeah. So what are you planning to do next year? The worst question.
Do you see the
ever
panic on
ask.
my face right now? Yeah, no, that is what I'm going to be trying to figure out over the next few months. I do want to go into journalism. I enjoy long-form journalism, and I think the Collegiate has helped me figure out what I want to do and what I don't want to do.
Right.
And so of the different internships I've had over the past few years, but at this point, I will take any job. But yeah, probably most likely in journalism, probably in print and writing.
That is awesome. Well, that's so exciting. I'm really excited to see where you end up, and just want to thank you for being on the show today. And it was just great chatting with you.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes. Well, we'll be right back after this brief promo I made for the Butler football team. Welcome back. To close out our show, we brought back a recent Butler alum, Emily Maroney. The 22-year-old singer-songwriter has been performing around the Midwest with her most recent show in Chicago. Tonight, she's performing her latest hits, Used to Be Used and Freeze. Here she is, Emily Maroney.
Thanks, Maddie. All right, so this first one is used to being used. Started things off with a bunch of lies. What a good foundation. Had somebody else and me on the side. Should've known to stop chasing, but you were always around me, so I caught feelings easily. Never thought things would go so far south. Never thought these words would come out of your mouth. Oh, it meant something to me. Oh, but I was just convenient. I'm so used to being used. I don't know why I ever thought you were different. No, I'm so used to being used. I'm done putting up with it. You knew why I was insecure, knew exactly what I've been through before. Still some things need to be explained. Like how you knew that, but then you did the same to me. And I don't understand how you could hate me in the end. And I don't understand how it's all lies that you told our friends. Oh, you meant something to me. Oh, but I was just convenient. I'm so used to being used. I don't know why I ever thought you were different. No, I'm so used to being used. I'm done putting up with it. I'm done putting up with it. I'm done putting up with it. I'm so used to being used. I don't know why I ever thought you were different. No, I'm so used to being used. I'm done putting up with it. Done with it, yeah. So this next one is called Freeze, and I hope you like it. I only met you a few weeks ago. Had an instant spark, and now I'm screaming at myself. Take it slow. Got a wild heart. The future's unknown, but right now I'm sure that tonight I am all yours. Freeze, this moment in time. Freeze, your eyes locked in mine. Freeze, that picture perfect smile. I wish I had time on my side. Oh no. A couple months and you'll go off on your own to face the world. A couple months and I'll still be here at home, missing you, girl. The future's unknown, but right now I'm sure that tonight I am all yours. Oh, freeze, this moment in time. perfect smile. I wish I had time on my side. Oh no, the walls are closing in. My world's starting to spin. Don't wanna hold back what is in my heart. The air is getting thin. My view is starting to dim. Don't wanna think that someday we might be apart. Freeze this moment in time. Freeze your eyes locked in mine. Freeze that picture perfect smile. I wish I had time on my side. Oh no, freeze. All right, thank you so much, Maddie, for having me. This is Nichols at Night, everybody.
I know you can hear me, Ryan.